Hello, Spiderduck. I am, as ever, your faithful companion, Greg Livingston, and with me, guiding me through this experience is the indie luchador. Please introduce yourself.
I'm Jovan.
Thank you, Jovan St. Lawrence, for joining us. Should I not be talking over this cutscene?
I don't know. There's no audio vocalization, so
Okay.
I don't think it matters.
They have grunts and stuff.
No.
So
That's the main one. I know.
a lot of times on Christmas, like, you hang out with your family, and then it just gets awkward and boring. So I like to have videos to watch on YouTube. And I thought I might contribute to that this year with our own video on... Why isn't my controller... There it is. On Foul Play.
So instead, you're hanging out with your writing family and playing foul play.
Yes. So,
Makes
Eric,
sense to me.
generally with brawlers, I tend to classify them in three sorts. The first is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle style, which I gather you're not a fan of.
Well, I like the old arcade game. I like Turtles in Time.
Oh, okay.
So
you
it's
are?
not that I'm not a fan of them.
Okay. And those are the faster types where enemies die in 2 hits and you're able to zoom around the screen really quickly. And it's satisfying because there's a sense of speed and flow to everything. The second
This
type...
sounds familiar.
Yeah, we may have recorded this before. The second type I associate with Streets of Rage, where enemies have lots of health, but you're often given interesting ways to interact with them. Like, Streets of Rage has lots of grappling, each character has a unique 3-hit combo. My controller's being dumb. This is the worst.
This is the best ever. I
Great.
think that this is the best way to start out our first episode of this.
That's my controller USB cord acting up, not the game. Anyway. So Streets of Rage is about, like, really complicated enemy encounters. And the third type is, like, Castle Crashers, where combat's kind of shallow, not entirely satisfying, but it's buffered by RPG elements and, wacky humor. And I think what's notable about...
I love this game.
Yeah. What's notable about Foul Play is that, like, watching it right now, you might assume it's more in the Castle Crashers vein, just because it has that look of, like, a flash animation, and there's a lot of, like, stupid, goofy humor to it. But when you play it, it comes off a lot more like Streets of Rage, where in order to grapple an enemy, you have to block an attack. And that makes enemy interaction really interesting and plays up that aspect of gameplay more. So,
I think that the way that it looks is definitely in that Castle Crashers vein, but I think that it's one of those games that evolves over time, in which at first it's just some very normal, mundane battling, but as you go on and you get better at the game and you unlock more move types, it becomes much more involved with the kinds of moves that you can do. There's all kinds of shit to unlock, like new special moves, and playing this in a co-op manner allows you to apparently have some multiplayer parries.
I didn't even realize we were going for that challenge.
Well, that's why I tried to stay away from that dude. I was like, I'll let him attack him, and then I'll just go around the quick way and fight everything else.
So you get more attacks as you go along? It's like a...
Oh god, yeah. There's a nice tornado attack at one point in time that, though hard to master, it becomes one of the most fun moves. Or it's a helicopter attack. It's so hard to master, though. But once you do master it, it is so crazily satisfying and becomes like one of those ways that you can really cheat the game at the very final boss. Which is always fun to cheat the game out of its own satisfaction.
I appreciate it when games leave options like that in. Like, on one hand, it is disappointing that they, like... How do you do that?
I'm holding the left trigger and Y.
Left trigger and... Yeah, I guess I don't have that yet. On one hand, it feels unsatisfying that they let you just cheat through, but you know what? If you play the game, you should know the proper way to get through, and it's nice that they leave you, you know, different avenues other than the ones that are, like, explicitly intended.
I think that it's a good thing for any game to do that, because it allows even players that aren't super good at the game to actually be able to finish the game.
And then they can go back and play it proper, maybe?
Yeah, exactly. Like, instead of playing a game like Prototype that literally took me about 2 years until I wanted to go back and try to finish that, this game's like, okay, well, you can totally cheat it if you want to, and then you can go back and play it again the way that it's meant to be. It's a good feeling.
And I think Foul Play does allow a lot of room for a better way to play it, in that they give you 3 challenges. I think we showed off the 3 challenges you can do on each mission.
Catch and return 2 thrown enemies, take out the werewolf leader last, achieve a 50+ combo battling the coach driver.
The combo challenges are kind of annoying because if you, like, pass that segment, you have to replay the entire act just to get up to it again.
I like the fact, to counteract your point, I like the fact that it tells you when it's time to try to do that challenge.
Oh, yeah. I like that it's a specific area and they very clearly tell you what it should be, or like what area you need to do it in. So you know like what to look out for.
This game's fucking great. I figured out my helicopter attack.
Oh, that's right. I was picturing like a Double Dragon spin kick move.
I wish. She's just like, no, Billy.
Bimmy, please.
Oh, come on, Billy.
Is this where you have to get the 50 combo?
Yes, it is.
I'm not going to be able to do that. Like, one thing I don't appreciate about multiplayer in this game is that it's a lot harder to follow what's going on when I'm playing with someone else. I find it a lot easier to be technical in single player. Maybe that's just a personal problem I have.
No, it's not a personal problem at all. I think that it's a problem in any brawler. Is like the technicality that you can normally have is completely gone because 1, you have to keep an eye on your character. 2, you have to be able to still get in the hits that you're trying to get.
Do you know if
it's
this
a tough
game
thing to do.
Is this game one of those games that spawns more enemies in multiplayer?
You know, it really doesn't seem like it.
So
it seems like there's still an assload in single or multiplayer.
Holy cow, your helicopter attack destroyed him.
See?
But also, it seems like then it might be easier to get combos up to 50 in single player because you have more enemies to yourself.
Oh, it's way easier to do it in single player. Like, I don't think that we're going to finish many challenges on multiplayer. It seems like that's just going to be something that's almost impossible. But this game's all about getting those challenges completed to unlock new charms and everything that you can take in because you're a demon hunter and you need those charms.
So that's pretty neat that Foul Play also, the right way to play it is single player, but because it's a convention of the genre and it's just like a fun thing to do, they also let you take on co-op.
Well, the right way to play it, I don't know if I would say that the right way to play it is via single player. I mean, it may be the right way. down slower when you get hit.
So,
Yeah.
for those watching, I want to note that my internet connection crapped out, and we lost progress on Act 1, and we hope you don't take offense if we just skip to the next act.
Well, we totally made it to the end, actually.
Yeah.
We got to the encore. So, we did actually finish
Oh,
it.
the encore was after the boss fight?
Yeah.
Oh, wow, that was a nice time to drop out then.
Yes, you actually, you didn't fuck up at all. Well, your computer didn't.
So the encore is like a bonus stage after every act?
Yes, exactly. To allow you to get more points in the very end.
Okay.
That's what the encore's for in any play, right?
Well, that's like when Rush does Limelight, during the encore.
They should just do Tom Sawyer again. Every band should just do a song they already played again.
And at the end, an encore.
Like, I feel like saying one more song, like, there was always chanting of one more song at the end.
There is.
So, it's like, if you do another song again, it's essentially just doing half of the song at the end. So everybody leaves happy. Oh, that guy's already dead.
I was about to ask what you made of the enemy variety, and here we have flying enemies, I think, for the first time.
The enemy variety is quite nice. They're sprinkled in as you go through acts, but I love the enemies as they are, and how you can see the people in the mouths of the mask behind the costumes. It's hilarious. And just the way that everybody interacts with each other is hilarious to me.
Where am I? Oh, there.
See, this is where multiplayer might come in handy, because we're supposed to be protecting these civilians.
Supposed to be.
And I think that we're actually going to do better and save them all. Yes, because there's two of us.
Can you kill them?
They can die.
No, but
I don't think that we can do it. Well, you're a very violent person. Now, in all the game, we're about to face some of my most hated enemies.
The Red
I hate fire. Yes, the things.
The Red Remmer is the red flying demon from Ghouls and Ghosts.
See, I'm glad I never knew a lot of enemy types, because then I would just sound like a big nerd. This game's enemy types, I love every one of them. Some of them have multiple ways of fighting you, and others decide that they're going to use fire, and I hate the fire enemies. Therefore, this is one of my most hated enemies in all of the game, especially because of that.
Oh,
because
they leave persistent. That's neat.
It's not neat, because that lowers your audience mood meter, and that bothers me, because you need that to stay up, or else the audience no longer enjoys your play, and then you have no reason to perform and you have to restart.
So them just burning the set lowers your audience meter?
No, you getting hit by it. And it's a hard thing to dodge, sadly.
It kind of reminds me how in some brawlers you'll have like the conveyor belt stage, or other ground hazards, or the stage where you have to jump over barrels. So I like that kind of stuff. I think it lends a certain amount of variety to the proceedings.
Like Streets of Rage, the absolute perfect brawler, because it has all of those things in it.
Yeah.
Including in Streets of Rage 3 with the, hey, I've got a fucking bulldozer following me. And
man.
I gotta break these walls and turn around and punch this thing every now and then.
Yeah, that bulldozer segment is way too hard in the US release.
It's a ridiculous thing altogether. That's why you played Streets of Rage Remake version 5.
I still haven't done that.
I don't think that has online co-op, but if it did, that would be something that you and I would need to play. Looks like we'll have to take a drive.
I'm gonna push you back on the enemy variety a little bit because I like different enemy types are they are distinct in a worthwhile sense, but I also think maybe the game dotes a little too long on each type.
It's all about switching between acts as to what you're fighting, and that's one of the things I like about it is you get used to fighting that enemy, and then it's one of those things where, well, now you're on to the next type.
So you think the acts are just long enough to get you used to the enemy without getting old?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Like, it gives you that enemy long enough, and then it's just back to, well, on to the next one.
Is this gonna be... that did not look right at all.
This is the Panzer Dragoon part. Oh wait, that's not a thing at all.
Alright, we finished that one. I was gonna say Rayman Origins.
I like oranges.
Thank you. Banana, you glad I didn't say Origins?
Apple, sure am. Avocado. Let's do one more.
I think one more would be good.
I think 17 more would be good.
That might be excessive. Would that be the rest of the game?
Maybe.
Wait a minute.
I don't know. I can't count.
That'd be 14. That would be the rest of the game minus 1.
I'm bad at math.
I'm assuming our characters don't have different stats?
No, I believe they play the exact same way. I mean, currently they have different stats because I've finished the game and you haven't.
Right.
Therefore, I still have my helicopter attack and my ground slam attack.
I don't have any words for these guys.
It reminds me of an old Batman in the Animated Series episode where Poison Ivy has these pods that, like, spawn these cloned versions of this teenage dude that she kidnapped. It always freaked me out when I was younger. I mean,
Poison
I'd like
Ivy
to
can
see it
kidnap me any day.
Really? I don't think that's a good idea. I mean, I think she's kind of dangerous. Or are we talking about the Uma Thurman version?
She played Poison Ivy?
Yup. In one of the worst movies of all time, Batman and Robin.
I also, while we're on the topic of Batman and Robin, just remembered that I wanted to make an Uncle Pennybags joke about Dashforth there. Or, what's your guy's name?
Dashforth, yeah.
Okay. So that's my joke.
I thought his name was Moneybags or something. The Monopoly guy?
Yeah, Uncle Pennybags.
That was Moneybags. I don't know what's going on anymore.
So, now that I know that you learn moves over the course of the game, I want to know, like, do you think that's a good idea in an action game, not to, like, to leave some things for later?
I think it's a great idea because it adds more of a reason to go back into the game and adds more replayability because you want to go back with those moves and see how that helps you complete challenges.
But at the same time, doesn't that risk, like, making the start of the game really boring when you're restricted?
No, because I feel like it feeds you different moves to add into your repertoire as you go on. Like, it allows you to learn how the combat works, and then allows you to add more to it as time goes by.
So it's a matter of, like, having enough to learn to keep you busy without overwhelming you.
Exactly. And then it gives you a reason to go back and play more. And every game now is searching for a reason to make somebody keep on playing their game. Whether it's indies or it's a AAA title that adds multiplayer to it because it wants you to keep on playing so you don't resell it. But with indies, it's all about something different. It's not a bunch of guys in suits telling you, hey, you have to do it our way. and we need this in there. Instead, it's like, well, we want a reason that they'll love this game for a longer period of time, and it'll stay in their heads when it comes to Game of the Year decisions. While this was not my Game of the Year this year, it was something that stuck with me because it was just so phenomenal, and the way that this game is made and what it was based on is just this really cool and ridiculous story.
Well, Eric, you might be happy to know that of the games we played in co-op on Steam this year, this would be my favorite.
I think this is the only one we've played in co-op, right? I mean, I could be wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure I'm not.
Can you cancel into a parry?
I believe so. I believe that it has all the cancellations ever.
Okay.
Helicopter attack. That's how you cheat.
Did you get a 100 combo?
Hell no. I mean, I might have done it on my own, but I'm not positive. I don't think I did because it showed up right there. So
challenge failed, yeah.
Well, that wasn't my
townspeople
fault.
look like zombies. They're so pale.
They're English. There's no sun there.
that's
It's in the Bible that there's no sun in England.
That's in the Bible. Is that the King James version?
No, it's in the King something. I'm not that quick today. So notice me failing at trying to do my spin attack here. Oh, I got him for a couple seconds. There we go. That's
Failing
how we
because
lower our audience.
You can't get the button prompts right?
No, failing because when you do that spin attack, okay, say you were on one side of him and I was on the other, it would probably be just an instant kill on him. Because there are ways to cheat the game, as there are ways to cheat the game, cheat almost any game. I feel like that's something that we probably could do.
But it wouldn't be fun to watch, would it?
It'd be fun for me to watch.
One thing I haven't been using a whole lot is the dodge move. Is there, like, am I just not getting good use out of it, or is maybe that not a terribly useful strategy?
It's not useful for combat, I feel. Like, I never felt like it was something that was used for combat. I felt like it was a way to get around the map quicker. So you can keep those combos up.
Like, in Batman, where he'll zoom around the screen for you.
Yes, exactly. I feel like it's a lot like that. While this doesn't snap you to the next enemy by any means, it makes you cough. While it doesn't like snap you to the next enemy in combat, you do have a roll move which will increase your speed to get to the next enemies that you need to go toward. One hit on that helicopter attack.
He looks so cool when he does it too.
I think Scamp would probably look much better doing it because he's got a broom instead. He's just like, oh, I'm going to clean the old chimneys.
Wax on, wax off.
Well, I don't think that was appropriate for this video. You can do that on your own time, Greg. But during this video is not the time to wax off.
Wax philosophical, maybe?
Yeah, you could do that, yes. That'd be perfectly fine.
Alright, well, thank you for helping me to show off Foul Play.
No, thank you for giving me somebody to play Foul Play with.
Oh, for stunning pile drivers. A regular pile driver wasn't good enough.
Dropping somebody on their head. It's a tough business.
Did you have any parting words?
Happy Kwanzaa.
Thank you, Eric.
When you think ducks. Think Spiderducks.
When Christmas sucks, turn to Spiderducks.
Yes.